are barbecuing the chicken fillet, which is mixed with saffron and some olive oil and some fresh lemon. It's very delicious. It's up to you. You can choose it. Either you want to have it with the rice, you want to have it with fries. Rice also comes with some saffron and some berries. It tastes delicious. So hope to see you guys one time. Okay, the delicious food is here. It's ready to eat.
Not so good with this.
Delicious.
Okay, Coach Nano, are you enjoy with the food?
Yes, of course. The food is delicious, prepared very well, and make sure I will come again in your restaurant.
I'm glad to hear that. Thanks for choosing Nasreen to have your lunch today. Thank you. All right, this is my wife. She's the boss. Thanks for coming here today. Hope to see you guys again. Goodbye.
Well, Moshi and his boys can't really think about food at the moment. Woodlands Wellington, a goal down to Home United. But let's take a look at the game coming up tomorrow live for you at Jalan Besar Stadium. It's Albirex Niigata versus SAFFC. And by the way, if you're interested in the odds for the League Cup, you can always catch them on StarHub channel 800. Well, stay with us. We're going to take a short break, and after that will be the second half action and a little interview for you.
2-1, but as you can see in the second half of this game in total, Woodlands Wellington edging possession by 52%, and they've had more fouls against them, and well, they've had more shots on goal as well, but in the end only one counted as one went in. And well, on to Shazad Haq right now, who is on the field, and over to you, Shazad.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Well, the end of the game here, I'm with Nenad Bacina. He's the manager of Woodlands Wellington. Nenad, how would you assess your team's performance today?
First of all, I would like to congratulate the Home United team winning tonight's match. Actually, the target was for us to win through in a quarter-final. So we have to say that we complete our first mission. For tonight's match, we got some problems in the team. Some players were injured, some was tired, so I have to do some changes in the team. But as I said, actually we are aiming to play quarter-final to win through, and so actually we went through, and I'm happy with that.
Well, let's talk about Jamil Ali. I mean, he came on in the second half. He really gave you a lot of zip up front. Should you have started with him?
Actually, I was aiming to bring him second half. The same thing I did against Sengkang. I was trying to keep him more for the quarter-final match.
And you've got Super Reds now coming up on Wednesday. How are you going to approach that game? What are your thoughts on that match?
Yes, we beat them already in the S.League. This one is going to be the new match. So yes, we are looking forward. They are a very quality team, but I think we got chance with a decent work and the good game to go to quarter-final.
Well, best of luck in that match against Super Reds, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you. Well, now I've got PN Sivaji. He is, of course, the coach of Home United. Sivaji, would you be very pleased with the strength and depth that you have, seeing as this was largely your second string?
Absolutely. I think good to see how the boys performed today. When we played Sengkang, we played a similar possession football with a lot of movement. So yeah, with the depth that we have, it augurs well for the season.
Now you've got, of course, an AFC Cup match coming up in a couple of weeks. How much of that is featuring in your thinking and your approach to these League Cup matches?
That definitely, there's a lot of thought put into that, because 23rd we are supposed to play South China. So that is the reason why we've given the senior boys, so to speak, time off to recover from injuries and this fatigue. Yeah, and after that match we play Gombak on the 27th, and on the 30th we play Albirex. So that's another tight schedule again. So we need to get them to recover, and then we start preparing with these first team boys who have been having a 1 week off until today. Tomorrow we start preparing them.
And of course, apart from that, you've got Gombak in the next round. What are your approach to that game?
I think these boys deserve another run out because they played very well. They've justified their places in the team. So I would like to continue with them. And Gombak is a very good side. I mean, yeah, up at the top of the table. So it'll be an interesting clash.
Well, we look forward to seeing you playing that game. We're going to take a short break here, but do stay with us because we'll have the full match highlights. Welcome back to the League Cup. We've had a pulsating game here with a very, very good result for Home United. They have beaten Woodlands Wellington 2-1. It was a pulsating second half in particular. Let's take a look at those match highlights.
And this was Home United coming out in the first half. It's Dixon putting the cross in, and that was a replay of the first goal. Precious at the wrong place at the wrong time for Woodlands Wellington. Well, the ball was flicked on by Norikazu and deflected off Precious to go inside the back of his own net, and that was the first goal of the evening. Home United with the lead there on 23 minutes. They came out in the second half with that man in particular looking very dangerous. That bit of skill there, that moment, well, that opened up a lot of space for him, and Norikazu Murakami, the skipper of Home United, putting his team very comfortably ahead. 2-0 there, great skill there, flicking the ball on with the outside of his right boot, and deadly shot in the end, which left the Woodlands keeper with no chance at all. Continued to force the issue. Home United should have gone on to make it 3-0. Good bit of skill there from their Thai player, and right there the keeper was needed to make a save, and he did make the save. But in the end it was a tame shot from Home United. They continued to try and get the third goal. Came close a number of occasions. This was Dixon leading the charge. He had a chance to actually make it 3-0, but a smile on his face, actually giving away his emotions. Probably disappointed he didn't make it 3-0. Woodlands, they needed to try and come back, and they tried to come forward. That was the substitute, I believe. Jamil Ali introduced just a few minutes before this, and it was his introduction that created the spark, and that sparked Woodlands Wellington to life. And look at this for a goal. Absolutely sublime there, fooling the Home United defenders. Got past 3 of them in a very cramped space. The first one there, second. And once the defender committed, once the space opened up, Jamil Ali perfectly curled this ball in with his left foot. And that made it 2-1. Home United, well, they were determined to try and restore their two-goal advantage. Had a chance to do so, but that shot in the end, which came from Azhar Sairuddin, not changing the score. Woodlands Wellington were desperate for the equalizer as time ticked on. Clock was winding down, and Jamil Ali teed this ball in, but in the end, Muda was in an offside position, and the decision went in favor of Home United, which ended 2-1.
Well, of course, there was another game tonight in the League Cup, and it was Balestier Khalsa up against the Super Reds. Let's take a look at that match. Well, it ended 1-1 in that game, and it was a goal from Park Han-jin in the 50th minute to give Super Reds the lead, and then Brian Sohn scoring in the 79th to make it 1-1 in that match. And we'll look forward to